Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Six Figure Morning Show, where we give you the best advice in business and life. Thank you guys for all the likes, shares, comments, and subscribes. I really do appreciate it. You guys already know I appreciate it. I've had some day ones in here that have been around since the channel started. I'm not even going to start naming people, man. It would be so hard. But I know things are shifting. Guys, we're still close. But we used to be really tight knit to where I could get into the comment section and talk to everybody and answer all their questions and give them everything. And so they know what I'm fully capable of. I mean, I would get in there with them in a chat room with 100 people and I could answer everything, business, stocks, real estate. I could give them the best advice that I knew from I try to give everything from a street level view so everybody can understand it. But to my day ones, thank you guys for being here. I know things are shifting. We've picked up, a couple thousand people just in the past couple days. I'm not complaining. I'm very thankful for it. I did not expect this channel to go and grow as fast as it has. And I'm thankful for it. I really am. But I want to talk to you guys a little bit about who I am, because I know some of you only watch, one video and that's the only story you really got from me. And the truth is I'm so much more than that. That video that went viral was probably one of my worst videos. And I'm like, why did this one go viral versus everything? Waking up broke at 50 should have went viral, or mountaintop thinking should have went viral, or what is money should have went viral. Those things should have went viral. What is your credit score? Those things should have been the ones to go viral. Those should have been the videos that went viral. But the video that went viral was not going back to your hometown and staying away from people. However you guys found me, I'm thankful for it. So make sure you run down the timeline and consume my content, because a lot of those videos should have went viral. My How to Get Rich is a great video, and I can always tell that story again, but I can never remake that exact video. It tells you what money is, how the markets move, how wars shift the economy. I try to teach people to think in a micro, small, and a macro, large way of thinking on a micro and macro scale. I try to teach people how to view that. I try to teach people mountaintop thinking, where you project yourself to the top of whatever successful life you want, which is ultimately a mountain. And you look back down at the path you took to get there, and you stop at the steps along the way. Whether that be a doctor mountain, a lawyer mountain, a president mountain, whatever type of mountain, you project yourself to the top, and you look back down at the path you took to get there and the steps along the way. And every time you get to a different level, you can stop and take a break. I talk to people about the canopies opening up, the sun shining. When you're in no man's land, that's a lot, guys. That's a lot. So a lot of you have not been around that, but you will. If you want to be successful, you're going to have a period of sacrifice, and you're going to have to walk through no man's land. Nobody can come with you on this journey if they're not willing to walk beside you and do the exact same things at the same pace, the same high rate of speed that you're executing at. They cannot come with you, because you'll have to drag them along, and it will hinder you in the process of growth. Now, you can circle back around to go pick these people up, but it's highly likely you won't want to. That's where that video you guys watched that went viral, that's kind of where that came from, because I tried to circle back around and help people out, and then all I got was hate. And so it's highly unlikely you'll be able to go back to pick these people up. A few will understand, and you'll be able to take them with you. You'll be able to circle back around and get them, but most won't. So there's a lot to it, guys. I already saw some of the comments about me being some rich guy and doing this and doing that. Listen, I want you guys to know I drive a 20-year-old truck. I came up with this whole cash heavy process because child support left me homeless in 2019. So the C-19, but I don't want to say the C-19 because that's where women like to take away that, well, it must have been because of that. No. It was child support. And I can break that down anytime if anybody wants a real video as to what happened in the paperwork errors that child support did to me in the state of California to leave me and my 10-year-old son homeless. I can break that down anytime, because I love how when I tell my story, it offends people, mostly women, but they get offended. But how the hell do you get offended by somebody's story? You know what I'm saying? It's not an opinion. It's not a thought. It's a damn fact, because these things happen to me. So I never understand how somebody's life story offends other people, but it does, man. It does. And I'm not even talking about on the internet. This shit's been happening way before I was even born. Somebody give their life story back in the newspaper and other people got offended. Like, whatever, man. I don't know. I try to watch my mouth. I try to be a good steward to the YouTube partner program and do the things that they need me to do. But I mean, every now and then you'll catch me cussing, dropping a few F-bombs and shits and dams and whatnots. But most definitely, man, child support left me homeless in 2019. And I had to get out of that. And I said, this will never happen to me again. I'll never allow it to happen to me again. So I try to help other men. You can scroll down my timeline and I've left all these videos. We will circle back around and redo them as the following grows, as our community tends to build here. I will have to circle back around and redo them. But you can scroll down my timeline and those videos are already there. They're already titled that way. How child support left me homeless. How to beat the child support system. Should you get married? Should you buy a house? All these things are already in my content section. Feel free to go look at them. But for me personally, just right now to keep the conversation going, it left me and my 10-year-old son. I have full custody of my he's 15 now, but at the time he was 10. And it left us homeless. The state of California does not recognize that I raised a child alone. They say one child at that time was worth $1,200 and the one I raised was worth $100. They do not consider the fact that I have 2 kids, that I raised one alone. They don't look into that. And anyways, without diving too deep, man, I had to dig myself out of that. I had to figure out a way to get out of that. And that way was cash heavy. That way was me to slide under the system, because for those on child support, you fully know that they will allow you to have nothing, and they will keep coming after you. They will attack you. They will harass you. They will come after your driver's license, your credit. They will, if you own a home, they will come after that, fishing license. They come after everything and they attack you. And I had to dig myself out of that. I had to start living under the system. And so I created this channel giving advice to my sons. And whenever I started touching on the financial topics and the way the world moves and the economy moves and what moves it, people started to really gravitate towards it, because I started to teach my sons my way. I started to teach them a street level view of what the economy is and how this shit works. It's business, stocks, real estate. Business to make the money, stocks to grow the money, real estate to hold the money. Once you get those right there, it's that trifecta. You get those right there. It's business, stocks, and real estate. So I teach people my cash heavy method. I stay down till you come up. You guys can go watch that video. That's where, I don't get why people think I'm just hey, whatever, man. It is what it is. I love it. I'm here for it. So my whole thing is that I have to expose myself, because I'm not going to allow your ass to do it. So I've already covered everything negative in my life, from drinking too much to fights I've been in to growing up in the projects to everything. I've covered everything in all my videos. So there's no way that anybody can come around and expose me for anything. You can't cancel me, because the only way you get canceled in this society is if you care about being canceled. I'm not here to offend, but I am merely here to inform. So we will talk about everything on this channel, from being gay to we'll talk about anything LGBTQ. I don't care. We talk about racism, religion. I don't care. If it offends you, that's fine, because it's something wrong with you if you get offended off a simple conversation. We used to be able to talk to people. We used to be able to conversate. We used to be able to have a good time in this country. We used to be. It was nothing. Everything is not racist. Everything is not sexist. Everything is not anti-religious. Going against the norm is not wrong. We used to be able to do things like that and have a good time. Were there trials and tribulations along the way? Shit, yeah, there were. But we still, as us, as people, as neighbors, as a community, we used to be able to laugh, joke, point the finger, and have a good time. We really did. I always tell people that Blazing Saddles, if you've never seen that movie, especially you younger ones, Blazing Saddles, it would not be allowed to be made today. It is a great comedy. You couldn't have made it today. It's so many things like that. There's so many movies out there from the past that were amazing that they would not allow to be made today. And anyways, man, that's it. I get a lot of questions in the comments, so I will run through and answer some of these questions for you guys. And I keep getting questions about marriage, divorce, and current market predictions. So I've tapped on marriage and divorce a lot. We are going to run through the current market predictions of what I see happening, and I'm going to break it down and explain it to you guys so you get a full understanding. I cut the fluff in this shit. I don't try to run to a whiteboard. I can at some point if we have to, but I try to just have a conversation and explain to you the way I see things, and read the comment section. The comment section is a wealth of knowledge. It is full of everything. Read the comment section. So this is all for the new people, because I know a lot of new people are coming in. So you're definitely going to have to bear with me. My videos run long, and that's that. So we're going to tap into it. Current market predictions. Everybody keeps asking me what I see for the current market. I used to see under the Biden-Harris administration, I used to see 2028, 2030 kind of downturn. I used to see that I used to see a collapse or a correction in certain industries in 2028, 2030. That was just how I predicted things under the Biden-Harris administration, because what they were doing was going to crumble. It had to. I don't want to touch too much on them because they're the past, even though they're still trying to lead us into World War III. I'm very unsure as to why. It's got to be the powers that be that are trying to do these things, because they are very much so poking a damn bear. They are walking up and throwing rocks at a sleeping rabid dog. Like, they're definitely trying to lead us into a fight, and I don't like it. There's nothing I can do about it, but I don't like the things that I see. And I don't know if it's Joe Biden or not. I mean, Joe's pretty old. I really think he's just a meat suit filling a hole. You know, I don't really think that he's making a lot of decisions, unless that was all a ploy with all that crap. I mean, the media, maybe Joe is, and they just portrayed him to be crazy, but maybe he's really psychotic. You know, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know what to believe anymore when it comes to the media, so I don't watch it, guys. I don't watch the news. I don't watch the media. I'm selective as hell as to where I get my information from. Most information I get comes from a YouTube platform of selected content creators that I kind of, believe in and trust. I think they've built a brand for themselves, and that's ultimately what I'm trying to do, is build a brand of being real and giving you guys the best advice that I can. Eventually, this channel will shift, and I'll have to shape and move and mold it with what's going on in the community section. But most definitely, I'm just branding myself as being an authentic character. So what I see, guys, what I really see under the Trump administration, I don't care about anything that you know, because I think we're getting ready to step into uncharted territory. I think we're getting ready to see things that we have not seen in our lifetime. And by I'm talking about the masses completely. I'm talking about your mother, your father, maybe even your grandparents. They have not seen this type of shift maybe in their lifetime. I think because all these things that we're going through would have been created roughly around your grandparents' time. So I'm talking about all those old laws from the 50s and 60s and things of that nature. I'm not talking about anything racial. I'm not talking about none of that shit. That's not what I'm talking about. I think I'm not talking about that. If you're an American, you're an American type of thing. I'm not talking about anything like that. I'm talking about all those old, I can't think of any off the top of my head, guys. Leave some in the comments below if you know laws from the 60s, 70s that need to be changed. I definitely know that they're about to do an overhaul with the food stamp office. I know they're going to take a dive into Social Security. They're going to take a dive into all federal government departments. They're 100% going to look at the Department of Energy. They're going to look at the Department of Land and Agriculture, and they're going to look at the FBI. Now, I know the news focuses on any department that has means to arrest or, things like that, that the news is so focused on the FBI and this, that. But, man, they're going to look at everything. So the way that I want you to start, I don't know, is basically what I'm telling you. I'm giving you a good guess. Nobody knows. But this is the most educated guess that I can give you as to what is going to happen. So for one, nobody can time the market. Nobody knows what's going to happen. But I have spent a decade of my life studying high performance people and business. America is a business. No matter how you want to look at it, the United States of America is a business. Donald Trump is a businessman. He is a high performing, one of the highest performing businessmen in the world. So when you tap into that, and the dream team he is building is a dream team of high-performing businessmen, Elon Musk, Vivek Ramaswamy, Kennedy, those people right there. I'm not sure of everybody else he has, but those three right there with Trump, you got four people. He's got three under his belt right there under his wing that they can shift an economy. Just those people alone right there. Trump, Ramaswamy, Musk, and Kennedy could shift a freaking economy. You're dealing with top performers in their field. Okay, if this was an NBA draft, this team is winning. You feel me? If this is the NFL, this team is winning. So however you want to look at these things, man, however you need to break this down, they are high performing men. What are they going to do? It's very, I don't want to say it's scary because it's not scary to me. I'm excited to see it. And you guys should be too. We're about to live in a major overhaul of the United States. You're going to see every market correct itself. If shit's been too high, you're going to see the price of Twinkies go down. Like you're going to see, but guys, it has to get worse before it can get better. I really believe that Donald Trump, so he's developing this dream team and they're going to look at every entity inside of the United States government. And I kind of believe he's the president to lead us into a depression or a recession type era. If you remember any of my videos a while back, I said that the economy should have already crashed, but no president wanted to be the one that led us into or left us into the Great Depression 2.0. No president wanted that on his name. And I think Trump's coming in to do it. I think he's going to go ahead and do it because it has to happen. The economy is no different than your personal life, guys. It's no different. It's just on a macro scale. If you ran your financial life like the United States government has been running the American economy, you would have been bankrupt. You would have probably been in jail and homeless on the streets a long time ago, but nobody has held them accountable. And so Trump is basically getting ready to probably do the snowball effect, the Dave Ramsey snowball effect. He's getting ready to take the beans and rice on a massive scale. So if you've been properly planning and positioning, this is where millionaires are made. This is literally, you are going to see the price of housing fall. You're going to see the price of oil and gas fall. You're going to see food fall. You're going to see so many different things. Raw land is going to fall. You're going to see so many different things happen. You're going to see a lot of price fluctuation, but you're definitely going to see a lot of corrections happen. The price of real estate is already dropping. The price of food is already dropping. It's already happening. That's because these companies that have been overly inflating the market, I hope everybody understands. If I need to run through this because I'm trying to be as simple as I can, because I know everybody understands in their own manner and we all come from different walks of life. Inflation is the printing of money. I think that everybody's heard enough about inflation over the past 4 or 5 years to where they should have an understanding. I don't mind running through a business 101 or an economy 101 if I ever need to. I don't mind running through that, but I like to break things down to a street level view. I want your average 19-year-old to understand. I want your average street kid or girl in the projects or whoever to fully understand what I'm saying. So I try to break it down that way. For you highly advanced, up it a notch. If you need to up it a notch, up it a notch. But I think that you're getting ready to go through a period of what your grandparents, I think it's going to be short. I think they're ripping the Band-Aid off. I really do. I think it's going to be a short period. I think they're going to rip the Band-Aid off. I believe it'll probably be, 2 years. I'm feeling 2 years. 2 years of just pain and economic correction. But you're going to see the prices drop. But, other things do come with that. They really do. You're going to see job loss. You'll see freaking companies have to lay people off because they can't afford to pay and so on and so on. America's a business. They're going to have to lose things. So if you look at America as a major corporation, they're going to have to lose other companies. They're going to have to lose small entities to save the bigger one. It just is what it is. These things happen. If you've been properly positioning yourself, if you are financially ready, this is where millionaires are made. This is where you can step into seller financing. Maybe some, 65-year-old plumber wants to retire and he does not want to have to save his business, but he has nobody to leave it to. So this is where you can buy that business on a deal. This is where you'll be able to buy rental properties on a deal. If you want to get into duplexes, triplexes, quadplexes, things of that nature, you're about to find them on a deal. If you want to be a home flipper, you're going to find them on a deal. I believe the market is going to 100% correct itself. I think that if you want to be an investor in the stock market, oil, gas, things of that nature, if you want to get involved in REITs and ETFs and all these different things, I think that you're going to see a price drop. And I don't know when. Anybody that gives you a date of when is full of shit. I don't know when. I would say that you're going to start seeing real estate correct itself by summer. It's already correcting slowly, but I would think on a large scale, you're going to see real estate correct itself by summer. Definitely, probably, if you want to sell, you need to sell now. If you want to buy, I wouldn't be ready to buy until summer or Christmas. I think that's when you're going to get your best deals of 2025. I think that's when you're going to get your best deals, summer, Christmas 2025 for real estate. All other markets, I have not followed them, so I would just kind of be shooting from the hip or talking out of my ass, however you prefer to look at it. I have not followed them. I kind of follow the real estate market because I flip houses, but I don't follow it so heavy to where I look at it every day. I've been more focused on my own controllables, the things that I can control to keep money coming into my economy, me. I've been more focused on YouTube. I've been more focused on writing my strategies and different things like that. So I think that for real estate, you're looking at a summer to winter for the best time to buy. If you want to sell, you need to be selling now. You need to be selling in the next 90 days probably and making those moves. You definitely want to sell before summer. You don't want to buy until summer or winter. Other markets, oil, gas, as soon as Trump gets into office, he's opening up the pipelines. He is going to open up the Keystone Pipeline, and that right there is going to bring a lot of relief. It is going to bring a lot of relief to us. Okay, with the oil and gas industry, it's going to bring, and it's going, once that happens, it's going to bring relief to a lot of other industries. So, they try to say like, oh, prices are going to fall and all this bullshit. Really, it's prices are going to be where they should have been. Who told them? Look at the oil, look at the pipeline as a infection. Look at it for real. Just look at it that way. It's not. It's a great thing for us because, that's how we make money. But look at it as an infection, and they're getting ready to open up that wound to address it. It's been closed up. It's been doing nothing but boiling and festering the whole time. And when Trump gets into office, he's ripping that Band-Aid off and drill, baby, drill. He's going to let that oil go. You're going to see a lot of relief. Imagine that. Imagine what I'm saying. Look at it in that manner. Whenever you've had a boil or something and you had to open that up, how much relief did you see from that pain? You've had an abscess in your tooth or anything like that. You're about to see that's been an economic, financial infection. And they're about to rip that Band-Aid off, open that thing up, and they're going to see a lot of relief. And that relief is going to be oil. That relief is going to be gas. And that industry, you're going to see it correct itself. You're going to see us thrive. This is where millionaires are born, guys. When there's blood in the streets, buy. When the markets collapse, when things crumble, you do not run away from gunfire. You run towards it. When the markets collapse, when things crumble, you run towards the enemy, man. You run into that. You run into that shit and you buy. You execute. If you've been properly positioning yourself, this is where millionaires are made. You have the opportunity, I believe, to change your life under this administration and in this economy. He is going to be the president that leads us into a depression, recession, and some form of market correction. It's just what it is. They needed somebody tough as nails to do it, and they picked this man. That's why I fuck with Donald Trump. I fuck with him, man. I don't care. But listen, I was a Trump fan before the man ever ran for office. I was a Trump fan when I was a little kid, and that's why I fuck with him. Because, he's just hard as nails. You guys, you cannot be a high performer like that. Do the things that he does and take the level of disrespect and exposure that him and his family. And Kamala Harris is a high performer as well. Do not ever think that I'm one-sided, because I'm not. But under what I'm trying to accomplish in my life, Trump is the best man to lead me to it. So if you're trying to thrive in life, then this is it. The Kamala Harris administration, or the Biden Harris, and then the Harris, whatever, I don't remember the other guy's name, administration was going to be, it was not going to lead you to a market correction. It was about to lead you to hell. So for all you guys, the left wingers, hey, it is what it is. I don't mind you being here. I love you being here. I love everybody. But that your administration was getting ready to drag us into a financial hell. All right, we were getting ready to be broke as shit. They were going to inflate the currency again. There's no way we would have been in war. We would have been in World War III by summer. Hands down, plain and simple. I can't be any more clearer than that. We would have been in World War III by summer. You guys need to adjust yourselves. You need to correct yourselves. You need to fix your shirt, straighten up your fucking tie, and realize what's happening in this country. It doesn't matter about your fucking feelings. We're a business. We have to run and operate as a business. Okay? Plain and simple. I can't be any more clearer than that. You cannot go over to Russia or China or anywhere else and do the things that we allow people to do here in the United States. We get stepped on and screwed over every freaking year, left and right. Every day, hell, every month, left and freaking right. They opened up the borders. They allowed a lot. I'm all for immigration. I'm all for immigration. But they did not send us their good citizens. They sent us their prison system. I don't care what you guys want to jump in the comments and argue about it and say. This shit is real. It's real. They didn't send us the good quality characters. They sent us their freaking prison system that they wanted to open up on us because they didn't want to do the things that they needed to do in their own country, which probably would have been a mass deletion or something like that. And that's, but that's neither here nor there, man. So I need you to, some of the things that Trump's going to do to benefit a lot of you guys is he's going to raise the child tax credit. And that is going to benefit a lot of lower income families. He's right now, the Biden-Harris administration dropped the child tax, $1,800? I didn't write it down. I'm thinking about it. I think it was $1,800, $2,000. They dropped the child tax credit. Trump's raising it to $5,000 a kid. He's going to raise that to $5,000 a kid to help out lower income families. Yes, there are going to be other things that are indicators for other things. But when you're on such a low income, those other things are irrelevant to you. Okay, it doesn't matter. When you're freaking only making $30,000 a year in this economy, you're not really worried about the other things. You're trying to put food on your table. So that's what this channel is about. I've geared this channel towards lower income families, and he's going to raise the child tax credit to $5,000 per child. That's what they're saying. You guys know they do lie to us. I'm not oblivious to that. They do, blow smoke up our ass. But I want you to understand that, basically our business model is failing. It's failing. And so by him raising the child tax credit, by him taking a second look at Social Security, by him stopping taxes on tips and certain earned income, by him lowering taxes, all these different things that he's doing financially for the lower income people. If we're a business and we're failing, we're going underwater, but we still care about our employees. We're still trying to pay our employees. That's what he's doing. So he's trying to save the business while pay its employees. I hope you guys understand my analogy here of America being a business. He is trying to save the business while still trying to pay its employees, meaning us. He's cutting the fat. That's why he's running through the government. You're at this big shift in society right now and big shift in government. You're going to see a lot of laws change. It wouldn't surprise me if we didn't start breaking things back down to very constitutional rules and laws. It would not surprise me. I do hope he gets rid of a lot of the government entities because we do not need them. For those of you that have never started a business or tried to grow and brand a really big business, there is so much government red tape that you have to go through, so much tax policies and forms and all this shit that you have to go through just to be able to run it shouldn't be like that, guys. It shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't have to be like that for you to start. There definitely needs to be rules and laws placed on a lot of, food and drugs and things of that nature. They're definitely, sure, work hours, all this stuff, equal opportunity. Sure, I completely agree with that. But, I shouldn't have to be taxed to death by, the city, the county, the city, the state, and then the federal government. I shouldn't have to go through things like that just to operate a bit. There's so many things that red tape. I couldn't even begin to think of something right now. You can Google them. What does it take to start a business? Go look at all the IRS laws and so on. That's why so many businesses slide under the radar. They fly under the radar because they don't want to go through all that shit. You shouldn't have to. There's no reason why we've been funding and spending millions of dollars. Why have we been giving millions of dollars to museums? What the hell are museums doing that they need millions? I'm not talking like a million or two. I'm talking like 120, 150, 300 million. What the fuck is a museum doing needing $300 million? Where's that money go? You know what I'm saying? And that's what they're coming for. They're cutting the fat. They're going to stop the spending. They're going to do the snowball effect. And the first way they can do it is they can start getting rid of government that they don't need. They're already saying they require all government members to be in office day one. Because you still have people that are playing the C-19 crap and not showing up to work and working from home. Day one, they're requiring all members to be back in office day one. I told you guys, if you view America like a high school, it's been running amok. We're in East Side High right now. It's been running crazy. They brought in President Joe Biden, Principal Joe Biden. They brought him in, and he was just there for the health insurance. He didn't give a shit what was going on. He was there to collect a paycheck and for the health insurance because he knew he wasn't going to be able to keep up with it. And so the students have ran crazy. Vice Principal Kamala Harris never showed up to work. She was just out and about. Nobody knew what she was doing. The kids have been running crazy. So what happened? The county, the people, the board members, everybody got together and they said, hey, man, they're out. We need to get that last principal back that everybody hated. We need the paddle back. And he's bringing the paddle back. And that's what you guys need to understand. If you view America as a high school, it has been running crazy. The students have been running crazy. And now we got other kids from other high schools at our high school acting crazy. So we just got all kinds of crazy shit going on. And we need the old principal back. And he needs to come back with the paddle, and he is. He's about to whoop somebody's ass. It's just the way it is. If you're not doing anything illegal or wrong, you're not going to have anything to worry about. But he's about to come back and whoop ass, and he's about to straighten some shit out. And he's going to start with the government. He's going to start with all types of government programs that serve absolutely no purpose to anybody. So you might actually see food stamps get better or worse. I don't know. And nobody knows until they actually know what he's going to do. He's developed a dream team of high-performing people. It is impossible to know. These people execute at a high rate of speed. You have look, guys, I can't stress this enough. You have absolutely no idea how fast these people are moving and operating to build their own businesses. Now their name is going to be attached to this forever. This is about to be a major shift, a major turning point in history right here. You're walking and living through history right now. This is going to be as big as the Declaration of Independence being signed. They're going to look back on this in 200 years and they're going to say, damn, Donald Trump, Elon Musk, Vivek Ramaswamy, and Kennedy, they did it. They did it. They're about to, man. So I hope whatever they do, I hope they do it right. And I hope that they have that thought process in mind, that this is about to change the United States of America for a lifetime, for more than that, for a few lifetimes, for a fucking century or so. It's about to change things. And I think we need it, guys, because we cannot keep, as a country, as people, as this individuals, we cannot keep going under one administration doing one thing and then one administration doing another. We cannot survive like this. Every time you turn around, we get comfortable 4 years and then 4 years later we can't. 4 years and then 4 years later we can't. Yes, you can. No, you can't. We can't keep surviving like this. It's like being shuffled between step parents or something, and it's disgusting. It's fucking with us economically, and I'm talking about on our scale now, in your household. It is fucking with us economically. It's stopping a lot of households from growth. People don't know what to do. I mean, I talk to real estate developers that are like, man, I'm just waiting to figure out what's going on. Now that they know Trump's coming back, they're moving easier because they know the mindset of Trump. High-performing people know high-performing people. They may not know all his policies and tactics that he's going to implement real fast, but they know shit's about to happen. So they're not too worried about it unless they're overly heavily inflated on their loans, unless they took out high as hell loans. So that's another topic for another day for real estate developers. Feel free to leave anything that you guys, any of your thoughts, leave them below. I love to hear from you guys. I'm not always right, but this is just what I see. So again, I want you to understand that there's no way to time or know what this market is going to do. There's no way. But I do know the mindset of high-performing men. These men sleep on couches. They never leave the office. They develop a dream team like this. They're not going home. When they step in office, I think it was that January 20th. When they step in office January 20th, it wouldn't surprise me if you don't see any of them until about March. It wouldn't surprise me if you don't see, I'm being honest. It wouldn't surprise me that if you don't hear crazy things of them living in a trailer outside the White House or them living somewhere outside the Pentagon. It wouldn't surprise me if you don't hear somebody say Elon Musk is sleeping in a camper outside of the Pentagon, or, Elon Musk or Vivek Ramaswamy and, Kennedy have lived at the White House for the past 90 days with Donald Trump. It wouldn't surprise me if you don't hear all these things. Because from what I know about these people, if they are the type of men that I think they are, and I'm pretty sure that they are, I can almost hang my hat on that, guys, and stand behind it, that they're not going to stop until this shit gets done. So I would imagine you're going to see some major corrections and shifts. You're going to start seeing it in March. It's going to give you a general idea of the direction we're going as an economy. And then you're going to start really seeing it in summer to Christmas. So I would honestly say that you got less than a year. If you're trying to execute on some things, if you want to execute and have some life-changing money, I would think that you might have less than a year. Definitely probably less than 2. 2 years is playing it safe. If these men do what I think they're going to do, you're going to start seeing some major corrections in 6 months or so. It's impossible for them not to, because they're about to tighten up their shot group. They're about to clean house. They're about to tighten up their shot group, and they're just sick of the shit. And I think that Trump's also coming back with a vengeance. I mean, look how they've done that man's character. He's about to fire some motherfuckers. He's about to cut some folks loose, man. And I'm proud to see it. There's some, old Mitch McConnell needs to go. Pelosi needs to go. These people need to be out of office. You guys know it, and I know it. Under the Harris administration, they would have just made more money. I think under the Trump administration, I think they're about to get fired, and they need to be. They need to be gone. Other than that, man, leave your thoughts below. I'm eager to hear what you guys are saying. The comment section makes me level up. You open up my mind to plenty of different angles and avenues of the way anything could go, the way these markets shift. I am no longer the smartest man in the room, and I'm fully aware of that, and I love it. I tell you guys all the time, I am just a tree, the picnic table, however you want to look at it, for the community to gather around and talk some shit before we all separate and go to work. Definitely leave me some comments below, because I love hearing it. I want to know what your guys' thoughts are, because I want to level up to where I know what the market's going to do. I want to be able to shift shape and become a millionaire at the end of all this as well. Anyways, man, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to get myself together, start getting my son up, get ready for work. You guys have a great freaking day, and I will holler at you tomorrow. Take care.